Ready for the ultimate fuck around and find out? Here it comes. Watch this, and then we'll discuss.
I need your help to save my farm and many other farms. I wanted to give you guys
Okay, this Jethro is experiencing the ultimate MAGA FAFO moment. I don't know if you've seen his videos, but he's posted a couple of videos where he's basically come on here and he said, I voted for Trump because, well, in a nutshell, because he loves Trump's hate agenda. He doesn't like the fact that immigrants are coming here and taking money from the government. Taking money from the government is evil. You should pull up your own bootstraps and work. So in the next sentence, he comes out and he says, I voted for Trump and Trump took away my government subsidy that helped my farm stay in business. So send me money. Trump took away the government subsidy that Biden put in place that kept me in business. Now that Trump took it away, I need your help. Send me money. So my question to you is, do we send this Jethro money? I mean, he is now getting the bill for his hate agenda. His hate agenda comes with a price. He didn't know it. Maybe he didn't realize it. Maybe he thought it would never bounce back on him. But now that it's affecting him personally, he's asking for us to give him money. Now, my answer to this, I don't know what your answer is going to be, whether you want to give him money or not. But my answer is, from me, you get fucko. Because if I were to give you money, Jethro, that would make me woke. And you hate woke. You hate the woke left because they show kindness, compassion, and consideration for other people. And that's just too woke for you. So I'm going to live by your standard. And I'm not going to be woke, which means I'm not going to give you one red fucking cent because that's what I feel you fucking deserve. What about the rest of you? What say you? Do you give them money?
MAGA is done. Have you noticed that they haven't been around much at all? There's a couple of reasons for this. The most obvious is that Trump doesn't need them anymore. He literally doesn't need MAGA anymore. There will be no more rallies. He used them and got everything he needed from them. He doesn't need them anymore. He is done with MAGA. And MAGA is in the corner quietly crying because they're done with him. And you want to know why? Because MAGA are food stamps. Yeah. Probably one of the biggest recipients of SNAP, food stamps, welfare, MAGA. Oh, and how about the no taxes on tips and no taxes on overtime? MAGA. That wasn't in the bill. That's not in the bill. That is not on the agenda. They keep telling you that it is, but it's literally not. MAGA are poor. MAGA need Medicaid. MAGA no have Medicaid. Soon. Tariffs hurt MAGA. MAGA no like tariffs. MAGA are farmers. Farmers are MAGA. Farmers hurting. MAGA hurting. Trump is canceling federal programs. A state like California, where I live, they can afford to pick up the tab for those programs for the state of California. But states like Oklahoma, no, they're not going to be able to afford that once Trump kills those federal programs. MAGA no like that. But Trump don't care. Trump no like MAGA anymore. Trump no need MAGA. Trump no more MAGA rallies. So what's MAGA gonna do to change this? That's up to them because me no care. Trump no care. You no care. MAGA are on their own.
Hello guys, I'm hoping that you're doing well wherever you're watching me from. And I don't know, it's very paradoxical, you know, how things turns out. when you really voted, or you really believed in something, and it turns out to be something against you. Before people voting, they saw that this was the government that was going to stand for their needs, a government that was going to stand, for the white people. And I believe there was something, some ish here and there. Black saying that, what, you don't need to support this government because it will do this and this. This is the right government to support. And maybe some did. Of course, there are some white people who never voted for Trump. And it's very saddening right now. Things are so tough, and not tough for one person, not tough for two people, but for the entire America. I want us to watch these clips that I've prepared here for you, and later on, let's gather here. I'll be sharing my commentary regarding them, and please do also share your thoughts concerning them. What do you think about them? What do you think is the future of America? Because America promised a lot, not just to the Native Americans, not to Black Americans, but to a lot of people, even Africans. They believed that America was going to be their source of, their escape route. But things are very tough right now. I don't think, or this was the kind of America that people envisioned. I want us to watch the videos. Please do share your thoughts concerning it in the comment section. Remember that we're here to learn from each other, and it's out of your comment that one gets to learn. I also want to learn from you. I want also to get to see this from your perspective, because people think in different dimension, and it's that we grow. It's that we are edified. So don't shy off. You just tell us what you think about this. I'm your presenter, Shadrach. If this is your first time in this platform, please do us a favor, support our channel. Don't leave without subscribing. Share this content. I believe maybe it might help, or even educate one or two fellas out there. So do share our content and like our videos. We are going to greatly appreciate. Let's rock in now that you've done so that we can unpack, and make sure that you stick to the very end so that you can get to hear from my side. Let's rock in.
I've had enough. Yeah, I've had enough of this horse shit. I don't give a shit what kind of law you make. I ain't gonna follow it. I ain't paying my taxes this year. I just don't even care. I'm not gonna be ruled by tyrants. I'm done. No taxes. I'm not following your goddamn laws that you make that are arbitrary and unconstitutional. I just ain't doing it. I've had fucking enough of your bullshit. Washington State, Oregon, California, kiss my ass. I ain't following no more laws. No more new laws that don't make no sense. Your little snitch line and all your bullshit you got going on, I'm not doing it. I'm not funding your scams and your NGOs and your fucking bullshit. Your wars, your thieving. Yeah, thieving. You loudmouth politicians that don't give a fuck about the common person. I'm done. I've had enough. I am no longer going to participate in your horse shit. And I don't give a fuck what you try to take from me. I come into this world with nothing. I'll go out with nothing. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you and fuck off. And on top of that, you best leave me the fuck alone, because you won't like the results if you come out here and try to stomp on my neck. It won't end well. I'm old. And I'm mean as fuck. Leave me alone.
Oh, MAGA, you're in trouble. Apparently there's a shortage of workers on the farm. But don't worry, MAGA. Brooke Collins, who heads agriculture, says that she has a solution. Seems like Trump and Brooke Collins have put their heads together and come up with a solution to solve the problem on the farms losing workers. Let's watch the video and see what Brooke Collins has to say to solve this issue.
Score enough. There will be no amnesty. The mass deportations continue, but in a strategic way, and we move the workforce towards automation and 100% American participation, which again, with 34 million people, able-bodied adults on Medicaid, we should be able to do that fairly quickly. Thank you.
Did you hear that, MAGA? They're saying if you're able-bodied and on Medicaid, you are going to work in the fields. MAGA, this is where it hits you. You're going to work in the fields. And you're going to see what it's like for these undocumented immigrants to come to America and work a hard day's labor in the American fields. Get ready to pack up Mima and Pop-Pop and put them on a bus and send them to the fields, MAGA. That's what you voted for, and that's what you deserve. Tell me what you guys think about this in the comments. Have a day.
Yeah, I want to jump on the bandwagon of saying that I regret my vote for Trump. My whole family does. My husband and I own a farm in Ohio that was funded through the Inflation Reduction Act, which Biden signed into law. And now the executive orders from Trump are rolling back all of that funding for us. So now we can no longer afford our farm. And when all that happened, it was like a lightning bolt hit my brain. And I realized that I shouldn't just be voting for myself, that Trump's policies and EOs are hurting millions of people. But it took it affecting me personally to understand what I had done was wrong. And I think it's really important for anyone to come out who voted for him and is now negatively impacted by the executive orders, or maybe you have friends or family, especially in minority communities, who are being very heavily impacted by what's going on right now. So yeah, I think it's time for us to stop being so selfish maybe and to vote for what's best for the country instead of just in our tiny little bubble, because we're all in the same boat now and we're all equally screwed by our new president.
Well, my friends, our farmers are in full-blown crisis, and it's not because of Mother Nature. It's because of Donald Trump's reckless tariffs that have torched decades of trade relationships and handed America's agriculture future to China and Brazil on a silver platter. 12,000 tons of pork canceled. Soybean exports collapsed, and family farms are now shutting down. And it doesn't stop there. Longshoremen, truckers, warehouse workers, entire communities are being gutted. This didn't have to happen, but Trump wanted a trade war. He wanted headlines, and now our farmers are paying the price, while China laughs its way to the Brazilian soybean fields. And to make it worse, farmers who sign contracts with their own government, they're being stiffed, left holding the bag. So let me be clear. I will fight like hell to rebuild our rural economy, restore fair trade, and make sure American farmers never again become pawns in a MAGA publicity stunt. This district deserves better. America deserves better. Are you ready to fight back? My name is Doug Hune, and I'm a Democrat, congressional candidate in California's 3rd District. Please share this video, follow me, and donate to my congressional campaign. Link is down below and also my profile. Thank you so much for your support.
Well, thanks to the big orange gremlin looking motherfucker, multiple farms in Texas just shut down overnight. Why? Because ICE raids made nearly 100% of the workforce completely vanish. People ran, got detained, or flat out got scared to death and never came back. Dairy farms are in panic mode right now. Cows gotta be milked every 8 hours. And guess what? Nobody's showing up to milk these fuckers, folks. This isn't some Texas problem either. This is happening across the entire nation. ICE isn't just out here enforcing some bullshit laws. They are actively crippling our food systems with fear and chaos. You want to talk about consequences? This ain't just about politics anymore, y'all. It's about what's on your table, what's in your fridge, or what's about to be missing from your fucking store. These Nimrods aren't saving America. They're starving it.
And there's reports now that some farmers have 100% of their workers not showing up and they're being forced to shut down. In South Texas, they grow grapefruit, they grow oranges, lots of different citrus varieties, leafy greens, onions, potatoes, peppers. So not only are the prices of what we can get going to go up at the grocery store, but also there's going to be massive food waste if there's nobody picking these crops when they're ready to be picked. I hope MAGA likes a diet of strictly processed foods.
No, a modest less than 2% cut to the fire department's budget didn't cause this. And no, it didn't even hamper their ability to fight these fires in California. This is all made up crap. This is what MAGA is. This is what Trump is. He's not a leader. This is a crisis that's going on right now, people. People have lost their homes. They've lost loved ones. They've lost pets. They've lost everything. And you've got these pieces of shit out there fishing for clickbait, stirring up drama instead of leading. For Christ's sake, these are our fellow Americans and they are hurting right now. Do what is right and decent and help these people.
So this is a message to the MAGA farmers who are losing their farms because of the current administration. This is a message to the MAGA veterans and military who are watching their health care be destroyed and workers be fired and billions of dollars going from quality of life measures for troops to the border. This is a message for the MAGA poor who are watching their Medicare and their Medicaid and Social Security getting ready to get chopped. This is a message for all those people who thought things were going to get better. He doesn't fucking care about you. They don't care about you. The Republican Party doesn't care about you. They needed you for your votes. Some still do. The guy at the top, he doesn't need you anymore. He only needed you to stay out of jail and make billions of dollars from becoming president again. And all the Republican representatives and senators, they just needed you to vote for him so that they could help get that giant tax cut for the oligarchs who fund them. They have never, ever cared about you. There's a part of you deep down that may be starting to realize this, and I hope you do, because your life will get better. All of these people, if you're living in red states and all of the indicators of quality of life continue to fall, wages don't rise, education continues to fail, and you're led by Republican leadership, the GOP, and it has never gotten better, only worse, while the rich inside your state get more and more corrupt and wealthy, this might be your time to do something about it. I'm just saying, maybe it was all a lie. Maybe they never cared about you and they never will. Just think about that.
Welcome back again, guys. And I know people do believe in different stuffs. Some people believe in God, some don't. Some people believe in something totally different, and all that is acceptable. And we use logic, to get to justify whatever we believe in. Now, before, like I said earlier, America was this place that I would wish like everyone will die there, because it's a room full of opportunities. It's a room where lives were transformed, maybe for those who got to experience America or life outside there. But people do make mistakes, and I usually say that we should learn from, we should learn from analyzed experience, but not just a mere experience, because it's out of this that we get all this and get to learn from them. Now, Americans went outside there, they voted. Some voted for Kamala, others for Trump, and every person who went there to vote had something in mind, thinking of something. And that's why I began by saying that every person, believes in a different thing, and he has all right to believe so. On one hand, people saw that this is the government that was going to stand for every person, a government that was going to stand for equality, a government that was going to stand for inclusivity and equity. And I always love that. A government that can include every person is a government to be chosen. But it's so sad that some of those governments who have such kind of policies, they don't get to power. Look at even in other states, look at even in other nations. Those lovers of of certain governments, or the lovers of equality, they're not chosen. At the end of the day, you find something happened and they didn't make it to power, and it's very disheartening. I don't know why it happens this way. If you do know, please hit that comment in your in the comment section, so that we can also get to learn from you. Yes, I don't know why it happens that way, that those good people that you always see, they don't end up getting to to power. Those people who have that clear thoughts and mindset. If you look at Kamala Harris, even though she's a lady, I know maybe people will a lot of criticism will come out because she's a lady, because maybe America has never been led by a lady. But I usually believe in trying to find new ways to solve problems, because America for the longest has been led by men. So this time I thought it was a high time that Americans in general should have people should have voted for Kamala Harris. And a lot of people came out, by the way. They tried to vote for her, maybe some because they are Christians, they didn't go well with what Kamala Harris promises were. That is, including the transgender in the community. It's something that I don't know. Is it bad or good to include them? I don't know. But she had her reasons why to include them, and she wanted to include every kind of person. And I think maybe it is where also she got to miss some votes. And on the other hand, there was a gentleman there, a gentleman who really thought that he had that strength and capacity to transform America. I really loved his policies though. some of which I didn't, uh, get along with, because at the end of the day, they are going to affect Americans. They are going to affect my fellow black people in their diaspora. And that's why it's happening even right now. He's gotten into power. He started deporting each and every person from America who, tries to look like me a little bit. One who, sorry for that, one who does, has some accent and maybe is there. Without knowing, this kind of person, he facilitates uh, to the growth of his economy. America is very huge in terms of economy, in terms of currency, and these are the people that carry it at their hands, and they are never seen, they are never acknowledged. And that's why you get to see that a lot of farmers, they're very devastated. Some of them are very angry with the government, even though they chose him. And that's why I began by saying that people do make mistakes, and I think this was a big one, by the way, because look at the situation right now in America. Stalls are empty, farms are very empty, and not like the farmers that don't want to come. The other day they went to work, and then ice raids came, and they took them away. So I think the problem wasn't the people. The problem was their thoughts and their beliefs, because they really thought that this government was going to stand for them. This government was going to, will champion for their benefit and advantage. And allow me, to criticize that. Don't always think about yourself, always think about others, because I believe maybe they never thought that these are blacks, these are immigrants, and maybe it's their problem. Whatever happens, let them deal with the situation. But they came to get later on, they came to find that it wasn't good at all for all of us. We are all messed up. We are all in a deep shit. And these politicians can be very, of good and sweet words. The time that that gentleman got into on the stage, you could tell that he's an apostle. Yes, he was a good one. And you really thought, this was the Jesus that we want to save and fix our country. In fact, he said that we are going to fix America. But he's done literally the opposite of what he said. And politicians can be very funny, because they say this today, tomorrow you're going to see them do an opposite of what they did say, and deny the fact that they said it earlier on. It's very very funny. Now, you know what, guys, I usually believe that history teaches us that no empire survives injustice indefinitely, because exploitation can build monuments, but it cannot build permanence. That's one thing. And America is learning that lesson right now, painfully and publicly. That's why you get to see these whites, outside here. And you see these videos testimonies of white Americans, lamenting over the hardship, this echo with irony, the suffering that they thought belonged to someone else or to others, that they thought that this is not going to get us along. It's very ironical to see it has arrived on their doorsteps, and it is knocking greatly. Some of which it's breaking the doors and getting them out. And this teaches you one thing, that always never think about yourself, never think about never put boundaries on who you care about. Care about a friend, care about the people in the outer circle, because at the end of the day, humanity matters. At the end of the day, I'm not special than any other person, and so I should not benefit and see my friend right out there is not benefiting, and I'm very much okay with it. No, I should stand with him, I should stand with her in the same ground to fight any injustice that is happening to him or her. But this wasn't the case for whites, and I would say let them learn and pick up themselves, and later on I think this is going to be a great lesson for them. Yes, these are my thoughts, these are my honest remarks about this. I don't know what you think about it, but you can let me know in the comment section. Let us also think together with you. Let us reason together with you. I want also to know, get it from your perspective. I want someone else out there to get it from your perspective. So do share your comments about this. Do share your thoughts about this. Educate us where you feel that we need to know. Educate me and the other person in the comment section. And also don't forget to share this content, share to the many people as possible, so that they can get also to have this chance of learning from different people, from all of these people. I've been your presenter Shadrach, and I'm really hoping that you're going to see me when I see you, so that we can get to learn together in my next episode. But until then, keep safe, and remember, don't put boundaries in the people that you should care about. You should care about a brother, a sister, regardless of who he is. He is a human. And remember, at this point, every human, every life matters. So that brother, that sister, you should also care about him. Even when making decisions that you think that they're going to affect that brother out there, that sister out there, you should consider that. Yeah, this marks the end of this. Hoping to see you. Support a brother, support a sister. This is the least that we can do. Don't leave without subscribing. See you then.